Hello guys, welcome back to the Laker family, where I'm going to get into tonight's last game between the Lakers and the Spurs. I'm going to get into some of the positive things first, and then some of the negatives. The good things were that we beat another legit team besides the Mavericks, because the Spurs, they always play tough, no matter whoever is on the team. As long as they have Greg Popovich over there, their team has always been a tough opponent for us, year in and year out. And like the Oracle predicted, my last video, she said that we would score over 100 points and we would beat the Spurs. So shout out to her, by the way. But the positives were Anthony Davis. Still a beast, 25 points, 13 rebounds, 4 blocks. LeBron, his filled up the stat sheet with his normal triple-double line with 21 points. Dwight Howard, that guy, I just can't say enough about Dwight Howard. For all the hoopla about our bench and Rob Pelinka doing a great job filling it in our bench after that whole Kawhi mishap. We were excited about taking on Quinn Cook. We were hyped about Troy Daniels. Oh, he's this great sniper. We added a 3-point sniper that we need. Dudley, he's another 3-point sniper that we desperately needed, and he's going to be big for us. Alex Caruso is going to continue playing like how he did ending the last year's season. He's going to be big for us off the bench. For all those people that we were hyped about, Quinn Cook, we were hyped about. We gave him a nice little pay, thinking that he was going to bring that championship pedigree that he had playing with Stephen Curry and those guys and the Warriors through those championship runs. We were expecting something much greater than the effort I've seen so far from Quinn Cook. And to me, as bad as KCP has been playing, we kind of expect that from KCP. The Laker fans that's been seeing the KCP since he's been here, we know he's hot and cold, and it's like you kind of got to deal with it, because right now him and Dwight seem to be the best options off the bench, which is not saying much at all. Like, for all the hoopla about the guys I just mentioned, and Dwight Howard was like the odd man, kind of like everybody was questioning, was that a safe pickup for us? Would he destroy the chemistry of the team? And he's done none of that, but just come to play hard every single night, and he hasn't disappointed. Dwight Howard, all that stuff that was in the past, with the Lakers, with you not resigning, all that crap, it's deleted out of my brain. It's out of my memory. You earn my respect. You've done what you're supposed to do and more. And I salute you, brother. Keep it up. That's big time. 7 for 7. 14 to 16 points. 2 blocks. 13 rebounds. The guy was phenomenal last night. He gets the game ball, in my opinion, because if it wasn't for him, we lose that game. Which, to me, I feel like we kind of started toying with the Spurs anyway, like especially like the second half, because we had like a 15-point lead going into the half, and then it's like we came out lackadaisical for whatever reason the second half. And there's some things that I can kind of nitpick with our duos. Anthony Davis, he's a monster in the post, but it seems like because they couldn't stop him in the first half, but second half, it kind of seemed like he tried to revert back too much to his mid-range. And I know he's trying to get that part of his game going, because once he gets that going, which we know he can, he's going to just be completely unguardable. But don't do it to where it's a detriment to the team, you know, trying to just force your mid-range and trying to get that going to where it's, you know, pulling us out the offense. Eat. Go ahead and eat down low, man. Those guys cannot guard you down low. LaMarcus Aldridge, I don't care who it was. They can't guard you down low. Don't bail them out with so many mid-ranges or long-range bailout shots. So if I can nitpick something on Anthony Davis, it would be that and the turnovers. You know, better IQ as far as knowing when to dish it out, kick it out to wide open teammates. And granted, some of it is because his teammates, especially the bench, they are not knocking down timely shots that they need to make. And so sometimes I guess he might feel like, well, I gotta force this because they're not hitting these shots that they're supposed to be hitting. But LeBron as well, 5 turnovers, just, you know, has to bring that down a little bit. But a lot of it is him basically being our only option as far as penetrating and you know, finding open guys. Rondo is sorely missed on this team right now because we don't have a second penetrator or playmaker right now, and it's obvious, it's glaring. And the fact that we still are finding ways to win is amazing to me. It's just, I don't want this to end up biting us in the you know what when it comes down to stiffer competition and later on in the year when it's more important. So I'm very disappointed in the bench up to this point. Besides Dwight Howard, I don't see where guys are showing any fight, any want to on that bench. Quinn Cook is to me is the biggest disappointment, more than KCP, because of what I just mentioned. We know what we're getting with KCP. Quinn Cook, we were up here as far as the expectations with him, and it's been below what we thought we were getting, way below average. And you got to play better, Quinn Cook. No excuses. You're better than that. I know you are. I've seen what you can do. If I had to nitpick anything, it would be really the bench, man. The bench has got to do better, because it's gonna end up costing us a few games that you know, coming up if we don't start shoring that up. McGee still hasn't got it together or found the rhythm. And like I said in my last video, I don't know if the coaching staff can do anything else to make it easier for him. Get him a couple of rolls, lob rolls to the basket, something. Get that guy engaged, because something is missing. It's like he just reverted back to Shaq and the Fool, JaVale McGee, and he's not any use to us right now. And it's kind of sad, because I know if we can get him going, it would make us that much better. It would put us like over the top better. Kuz was shaky. But I told y'all I wouldn't really start judging him until 10 games in. And from what I kind of seen from last night, it might take him a little longer than 10 games to get back into game shape and get back to somewhat of a form of his form from previous years that we know, you know, the Kuzma level form that we know he can get to. So that's going to be very critical. Out of everybody off of that bench, Kuzma is very critical as far as us getting him back into the Kuz that we know, for us to be championship level team. Because let's not forget, the Clippers don't even have the full squad yet. They don't have Paul George yet, and we lost to them. So we can't afford to have a half-step in Kuz or a 20% Kuzma. We can't afford that come March, April. We can't afford that. So the coaching staff has to do whatever they have to do to get Kuzma back to his form. They pulled him because he was struggling and getting beat defensively, but they still going to have to kind of go through some of the bumps in the road with him to get him out there. Don't just pull him so quick, just 11, 12, 15 minutes. That's not going to help him get back into the form that we need him. You're going to have to accept some screw-ups here and there from him until he gets back into game shape. Benching him and pulling him every time he messes up, that's not going to help him. So with that being said, I'm still impressed that we beat 2 elite teams in a row in my eyes, and that's letting us know that we're head and shoulders above the rest of the pack, especially in the Western Conference. It's us and the Clippers now, as far as far ahead of the rest of the pack in the West. So there's no other team that's really scaring me from what I've seen thus far in the West. Let me see. Okay, so we have the Bulls coming up tomorrow. That's a cupcake team. We should beat them. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Bradley. He did his thing. He had 16 points and did work on DeJounte Murray. The guy couldn't get anything going until Bradley had that injury. Prayers up to Bradley because we really need him. We already don't have like a playmaking point guard until Rondo comes back, so we definitely can't afford to go a long stretch without our defensive-minded point guard that's going to attack you at the point of attack and knock down clutch shots when needed to, things of that nature. We can't afford to have him sit out there long of a stretch. So let's keep our prayers out for Bradley and hope that it's nothing too serious and we can get him back as soon as possible. But it seems like we have got the 2 toughest teams out the way in this upcoming schedule, because it's going to be a lot of cupcake teams coming up. And we can't afford to be dropping any of these cupcake games, because in the Western Conference, we all know that those games eventually come back to bite you when it's come down to playoff seeding and things of that nature, March, April. So let's take care of business, guys, and let's try to get our guys back healthy and focus on that. But I think I nailed the bulk of everything. So I'll be back to see y'all again with another recap after the Bulls game tomorrow. And as always, thank y'all for watching my video. Like, share, and subscribe if y'all want to be a part of the Lakers family. Till next time.